A full mouth of dental implants costs about $48,000 in America. Ask who set that price, and you hit something strange. There is no one to point to. No agency, no national price list, no single hand on the number, and that emptiness is the whole answer. Stay with me, because once you see who really shapes that $48,000, the $4,800 version in Istanbul stops looking like a bargain and starts looking like the only honest price in the room. Here is the master question for the next few minutes. Who actually sets the price of your implant? Not who bills you, who decides the number in the first place. Because the answer is not one villain. It is four of them, stacked on top of each other, and each one quietly leans the same direction. Up. Start with the surprise. For your family doctor, the government publishes one national fee schedule, and most insurers line up behind it. Nothing like that exists for a routine dental implant. Each office sets its own fee, and your insurer only decides the ceiling it will reimburse, not the price you are charged. So the first price setter is simply whoever owns the chair. But who owns that chair is changing, and that is where it gets interesting. Picture a man in Denver holding two quotes for the same implant from two offices 3 miles apart, one nearly double the other. He did not grow two different mouths. He walked into two different price setters. And more, the one quoting higher is not really the dentist. It is the company that now owns the dentist. 20 years ago, most dentists owned their own practice, about 85% of them. By recent count, that has slipped to roughly 73, and among dentists fresh out of school, more than a quarter now work under a corporate dental group instead. Private equity firms are the fastest moving buyers. According to one study, their share of dentists nearly doubled in 6 years. And here is the part that lands on your bill. When a private equity firm buys a dental office, one peer-reviewed study found its sticker prices rose about 3%, while the rates it had already negotiated with insurers did not move at all. Read that twice. The list price went up, the insured price did not. Therefore, the increase falls almost entirely on the person paying cash or going out of network, which on a $48,000 implant job is very often you. So the owner sets more of the number every year. But the owner is not working alone. Two price setters down, two to go, and the next one is hiding inside the implant itself. That titanium post comes from a tight club of manufacturers. One company holds an estimated third of the global implant market, and a second premium brand sits right behind it. That concentration keeps the branded hardware expensive, even though the post itself is a small slice of your total. You are not mostly paying for metal. You are paying for the professional fee wrapped around it and the premium name stamped on it, which raises the last question. If no schedule sets the fee, and the parts are premium by design, what stops any of these setters from simply charging more? Almost nothing, because no one publishes prices. There is no shelf tag, no menu on the wall. You reportedly rarely see the number until you are already in the chair. The same work can cost far more in one zip code than a few miles away, and consumer regulators have flagged that missing transparency for years. When no one can compare, no one has to compete on price. And think about that for a moment. Nearly every other large purchase in your life comes with a price you can read before you commit. Your own mouth is one of the last places where you simply cannot. So the fourth price setter is the silence itself. Now put the four together, because that is the real answer. Your $48,000 implant was not set by a person. It was set by a system, an office that names its own fee, a corporate owner that nudges that fee upward, a premium supply chain, and a wall of silence that lets all three hold. No villain, just architecture. Every layer leaning the same way. Pull any single layer out, and the number would still land high, because the other three would quietly hold it up. And that is exactly why a $4,800 package in Istanbul, one transparent number, posted up front, everything included, stops looking like a gamble and starts looking like the only place someone actually set a price on purpose. Last time you saw why nothing at home will cover that bill. Now you know who builds the bill itself. And next, we lay the whole Safe Choice checklist side by side. Subscribe, the real cost of care, no clinic ads. You shouldn't have to go broke to feel whole.